Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's EJ Marino and this is my review of All Elite Wrestling show Fyter Fest. Joining me is my stepbrother Jeff. He was here for some videos where he ate mayonnaise with like pizza and mayonnaise with other stuff. Oh boy, that was a journey. But we're not eating food, we're talking about wrestling. Yes, All Elite Wrestling Fyter Fest was tonight, and what do you think? We haven't really talked about the show. We went straight to recording this. What did you think of it?
Overall, show was great. Definitely built up a lot towards their future pay-per-views coming up, and it really gets me excited for a weekly show to see the talent and all of the tiers.
Yes.
All the tiers start to set up from your mid card to your top guys. It's really just great to watch the creation of a new wrestling company. So I'm really excited about AEW, and I'm really excited to see these talented guys and gals blow the roof off of the entertainment industry as a whole.
Yeah, I very much agree. I really liked the show. I didn't love it. I really liked it. There was just pacing stuff. There was just minor little things, but I do agree it is the perfect build. They don't have a weekly show yet, so what do? You use this pay-per-view, you use this event, and the next one, Fight for the Fallen, in 2 weeks they said. You use those two to build towards All Out. So now I know we're getting that Kenny Omega, John Moxley for sure. We have Hangman Jericho. We have a lot we're building up to. Even MJF's gonna play a part. I still think he's gonna be included. We'll talk about that. So enough of this intro. Let's dive into the matches. Match by match. Woo! First one we have is the pre-show. We're not going to talk about all the pre-show because the Leva Bates Alley match, the Michael Nakazawa, Alex J. Bailey.
Alex did pretty good for a guy who isn't a wrestler. Look at him that.
That is a statement one could make. And I feel the same way. He's adorable. Yeah, fine. He was a nice guy. But that tag team match, the three-way tag team match, so there's a weird thing. They go to All Out. If they win a match at All Out, they get a first round bye in a tournament. There was a lot of rules for this match, but honestly, it was pretty great. It was the Best Friends, SoCal Uncensored, and a new team, Private Party. What did you think?
So, Private Party, being a tag team that I'm not familiar with, they definitely caught my eye. I will be looking forward to seeing them in AEW. They definitely did some things that were a wow factor.
There was that, it was kind of like a suplex from the outside back in.
I like the one where they were back to back on the outside of the ring and they slung back in off of him.
Yep.
That was really cool. It kind of reminded me of Banditos with his 21 finisher.
Yes.
So always about that kind of stuff. And then the other two teams, they're great.
They're best friends of SoCal.
And Best Friends, they're both great teams.
Yeah, this match proved to me again, Trent and Scorpio Sky, singles runs in the future. Both talented individuals. I like Chuck and I like Frankie Kazarian, but they're perfect in the tag team. But I think those two teams have a star, and it's Scorpio and Trent. I love them in this. But yeah, Private Party, really, really cool. I really thought this was a great showcase for them. They have a fun thing. They were build 24 ounces of cranberry vodka. I like their whole party boy mentality, but it's not like Jersey Shore obnoxious party boy. It's not frat boy. It's this authentic, I know these guys.
They just like to have a good time.
I know these guys. And I like it. I thought that was really cool. I thought it was a good way of opening the pre-show. I wish the other two matches followed were as strong, but a good way of starting the show. The next match was actually So the next match we're talking about is the first official match of Fyter Fest. This is what kicked it off, and it was Christopher Daniels, Chima. Christopher Daniels, two events in a row, he has kicked off. He's going to be the kickoff boy. He's the veteran. We have Jericho, we have Kenny, who's been wrestling for a while. Even Moxley has a good long career. But Daniels is the vet on this roster, and I like him. This match with him, Chima won the match. I thought that was really cool. I didn't expect that because he's going to fight Kenny at Fight for the Fallen, so you build towards that as well. What do you think? Because this was I think a classic technical. It was
definitely an old school wrestling match.
Yes.
There was definitely some parts where they tried to be a little more with the times, but a lot of it was technical wrestling. It was that older style of wrestling that you don't really get to see anymore. And it's always cool to see that. It's a good way to start off any wrestling show. I've never seen Chima wrestle aside from his last match in the tag team.
Yes.
So it was really cool to see him in action, and I think him and Kenny are going to put on a killer show. Just because
that's going to be like a NJPW.
That's an NJPW level where they're going to hurt each other, and it's going to be awesome to watch.
Oh, I saw what's next on my list. Oh my god, Riho, Yuka, Nyla Rose. My favorite match of the night? I don't know, one of my favorite matches of the night. It was really great. I love these girls. Oh my god, Nyla Rose, a beast.
It's a gift.
She is badass. Yeah. Oh my god. I thought she really seems strong here. Like, they mentioned it, you know, she thought she was going to be the biggest, baddest bitch with that match, you know, last time, but then they brought in Kong, and Kong said, cute, back fist, cool, I love it. But this was Nyla getting to be like, but no, I am the biggest, baddest bitch, and I loved it. Really great start to this. What did you think? Because, I know you like some of these girls in this.
So, I'm completely new to the Joshi style wrestling. I have never really been into it.
We've seen Asuka, though. You know, with Kyrie, you know, the American stuff.
Growing up, like, watching NXT, Asuka was always my favorite one to watch. So, it's really cool to see that there's more wrestlers like her. And all three of them put on a killer show. Nyla had her moment off that top rope when she dropped the leg.
That knee was
it was probably one of the best leg drops I have seen in recent memory, honestly.
Yuka is the cutest, most precious.
Yuka is kawaii realness.
Yes, and Riho is the one that with that real kawaii dress and everything.
But also would kick your head into the sixth
both of them. I really love that and that's kind of the allure of Joshi wrestling, is like these very cute kawaii Japanese girls, and sometimes a badass one like an Aja Kong, who I love her. I can't wait to see her again. But yeah, you have these girls, and then they're just badasses. They're kind of sick and disgusting, and and I love that. And I think they worked well with Nyla, because you instantly go, well, Nyla's the big scary one. She's gonna be the monster, but
obvious winner.
She did she did a swanton that she missed. She rolled out of the way. She did the swanton. She did the knee. So she's like, oh no, I got you. And then the girls did too. Yuka's really cool. Her like little earring and like her little like genie pants. I love it.
I think my favorite part in that match was when they went for the double Irish whip towards the beginning, and Nyla just pulled them in together. That was awesome. Yeah, and I need more spots like that.
Just wrestling. Subtle power moves where it's just like, it's like realism, where it's just like,
no, I'm not going this way. I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah. I'm acknowledging that like I could have easily ran like wrestling. Dumbasses.
No.
Loved it. Really, really great match. I love the women's division in AEW.
And now we get Brandy. We get
Brandy Alley. We're gonna have Britt Baker. We have Kylie Ray.
Kong's
around. There's gonna be more. I think they announced a girl. Remember last show they had like a trailer for a girl. They have them. They're going to be great. They have they kind of mentioned a tag team division with the women as well. Ooh. I can't wait for that. Like, everything really, really great. Again, I love this division. I can't wait to see more. Fatal 4-Way is the next one we're talking about. We have Hangman Page, we have Jimmy Havoc, Jungle Boy, and MJF. What did you think?
So, gonna throw this out here. MJF is a perfect heel. I'm always a sucker for a really good villain in stories, and this guy just radiates douchebaggy.
Yeah, his promo coming out was top notch. Yeah. It's what you want, and I think they said he's like 23.
That's insane.
His soul is evil. Like, I hear he's like a nice guy outside of it and everything, but like, his character soul is evil, and I love it.
I think that, Hangman's great. I've watched him in NJPW. He's not going to really do anything.
You were a little upset with him winning.
I am. I feel like, okay, so the coolest thing about AEW as a company is now we have all of these new names that, haven't been on a bigger stage than the indie circuit. So, in my opinion, people like Adam Page, that's been in NJPW, he's headlined, NJPW shows with Kenny Omega. You don't want that kind of thing when you have people like Jungle Boy or MJF or even Jimmy Havoc, where I think they should get the push before someone like Adam Page. And again, I'm not discrediting him as a wrestler, but I would like to see these names that haven't had their 5 minutes in the spotlight get their 5 minutes in the spotlight.
I guess the only thing I would retort to that is, hopefully this company's around long enough that we will see them. Hopefully. So we need that Hangman. As you said, he's the established name. Putting him over only goes, it's a legit company. Yeah. Other than, as much as I love Jungle Boy, and he's my favorite in this match, Jungle Boy winning a match, clicking headlines, you know what I mean? It's not that, like, he's not the star. I think MJF should have won to insert himself into the match. But we still have Fight for the Fallen.
Yes.
So I do think, and Kip Sabian was on ringside and said, hey, I get to fight the winner of this match. So it will be, I guess, Hangman, Kip Sabian at Fight for the Fallen. Again, MJF can, like, meddle his way into it.
Hopefully.
I think he should be there. MJF is a bona fide main event star.
Oh,
You know what? Who we haven't talked about is Jimmy Havoc, because yeah, he's in this match. He is that cool guy who like still listens to My Chemical Romance, but he really didn't do anything in this match, and that's nothing against him. It's any threesome, any foursome. Someone's always left out, and he was the left out one.
Oh, I've never been in one where people have been left out.
Oh, maybe I'm the one left out every time. But no. Oof. I thought he was the one that was just kind of like, oh yeah, Jimmy Havoc was there. Again, yeah. I like him. He's cool.
I just give credit to Jungle Boy, who stayed in character the entire time.
Coming out with Luchasaurus.
Coming around, like Tarzan, walking on his like hands and feet.
He is a bona fide star. Like, I see him and I think of like Rey Mysterio when he first got to WWE, and you go, oh, he's going to be a merch machine. Women and children are going to flock for him like they're leaving the Titanic first. Oh, too soon? Titanic talk? But no, I really thought he's a star. The crowd loved him. I think he was honestly kind of like, I felt like with you when Hangman won, I thought the crowd was like, well, yay, but like you built up Jungle Boy in this match for me to want him to win.
MJF had this sick promo.
Yes,
and he's been talking so much smack on being the elite.
Oh God, but I do think everyone looked great here. Even Jimmy Havoc, he wasn't in the match. Everyone looked great here. That's why this was. I think this is tied. I don't know. The next match I think is one of my other favorites. This card was kind of hot. So during our little break before this next match, he was just like, "Oh, you made a choice by saying this was one of your favorites of the card." I liked it a lot. Cody, Darby Allin. I love the time limit draw. I loved everything about it. I thought this was a really well-crafted match. It made Darby a star here. Cody still looked like a god. I hate how they ended this thing with Shawn Spears and the unprotected chair shot. Disgusting. I will say that knocks this down from being my favorite of the night, because I think it was really a good showpiece of the two. I think Darby looked cool. That spot with him hitting the apron, disgusting. The spot with him getting thrown out, disgusting. He's a crazy kid. Cody looked like that frustrated veteran who was like, this kid's better than he should be. Ill. Like, that's the vibe I got from him. But that unprotected chair shots, disgusting. Don't ever do that stuff again. That's just stuff we've kind of taken out of wrestling because of the injury stuff and all that. Just really didn't like that.
I think the only reason why it didn't make my top 3, honestly, is that the last match Cody had ended in an absolute bloodbath.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing Darby's work, here and there and all that, I expected it to be a little crazier, especially since the next 2 matches after it were kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, it was one of also those things of, I felt like most of the match went to Cody, so I didn't get to see much of Darby. And that was something where I don't know if they wanted to paint it as Cody was like that veteran that was just kind of exerting his will, or if they wanted Darby to come off as that guy that won't die. But either way, I can't wait to see more of Darby Allin, because I didn't get to see too much of him. What I did see of him was awesome.
Yes, because I only know him as like GIFs and little YouTube clips of him being like, oh, he's disgusting. Like I see him as that. So when he was doing like head scissors, when he was doing these moves, I was like, oh, you can wrestle. Like, and again, he could be a deathmatch wrestler all he wants. Like, someone could just be a comedian wrestler. You don't have to just do, you can do your one thing. Yeah. That's fine. But I was really impressed to see that he's a well-rounded wrestler. But I agree with you. I do think this made me want to see more. So good for them for giving me that tease of being like.
What was also baffling is that Cody was fine bleeding as much as he did after the match, but we didn't get that during the match.
Again, yes, it was weird with the kind of the preconceived idea of this match was going to be. It wasn't a hardcore match, but you expected a hardcore element, and I guess it was all after the match.
I mean, good for Shawn Spears for
it made
putting
him
himself in the spotlight.
Ultra gross heel.
Change your name, please.
It sounds like a gay porn star. Wrestling usually struggles with that. Like Tyler Breeze, gay porn star name. But it's a wrestling gimmick. It's funny. Tyler Bates is
Come on,
there's a lot of them.
That's a click link there.
Yes, but then you have a Kenny Omega. That's a wrestling name. You have them stupid ones. But Shawn Spears is literally. I think I can Google him right now, and like videos of his gay porn will pop up. Maybe even the real Shawn Spears is. I'm not gonna judge you, honey. But 10. But yeah, no. I just thought it was. I that ending really knocked it down for me. It could have made my top 3. but gross. Even Meltzer, when Meltzer's like not sucking up to AEW and he's a little angry with you, you have to say that's weird.
There's reasons, good reasons, but hopefully they'll learn. They'll get their screws all in order and all that.
Yeah. We are going to breeze through these next two matches because, like, as much as I love the main event, the unsanctioned main event, and I like this last match that we're about to talk about, there were, this one, again, I'm having this problem with seeing, as you kind of mentioned earlier, I'm seeing the Young Bucks, I'm seeing the Lucha Bros, and I've seen their stuff. I'm waiting for this spicier new moment. I'm waiting for something, and again, this is like saying, watching your favorite movie is like getting tiresome. It's your favorite movie. You can watch it again. I can watch the Young Bucks wrestle all day, every day, but I'm not going to be like, oh my god, they did that cool spot where they did, you know what I mean? I've seen it. Like, they were teasing that Meltzer driver on the outside, and I was like, ooh.
We are skipping the best part of this whole match, which was their entrance, where they all cosplayed as Street Fighter characters at CEO Gaming Convention. 10 out of 10. Thank you for everything you did
was
tonight.
So angry at that unprotected chair shot, and I was like, oh, not that I was going to turn the thing off or anything, but I was like, they came out in their damn cosplay, and I'm like, I'm not angry at you anymore.
And then they gave us the Hadouken moment,
yeah, they gave me all three
awesome.
Hadouken. It was really cool. Yes. I really liked Matt and Nick. They usually have fun costumes, but they usually kind of stay in their same element. They messed around their elements more. Kenny Omega looked great with his new red-pink hair. It needs to get washed out because it looked like a washout, but it was cute. The whole night was cute with that. Lucha Bros, I've never seen Laredo Kid.
Did great.
He did great. He is like... He's kind of in between Penta and Phoenix. Like, he isn't as high-fly as Phoenix, but he's not that brutality of Penta.
Yeah.
And I like that. I thought he was like a cool mix of both.
Nice in between. He worked well with the Elite, which is always good.
Oh my god.
Great spots.
The way he took Kenny's One-Wing Angel when he won that thing.
When he took the V-trigger out of the air.
Oh.
Again, I am a sucker for people getting swatted out of the air by a V-trigger. It is one of my favorite things that Kenny does, and Laredo Kid sold it really, really well.
Yes. That was... because it's unique. That's the spicier new stuff. We wanted to see that Meltzer driver they teased outside. I wanted to see that. Those are oh god, yeah. I wanted to see stuff like that. And I think it's cool. I think this match was fine. It was a good showpiece and everything. We're not done with Kenny Omega. We'll talk about him in the next match. Oof. The last match is an unsanctioned, lights out, no rules. AEW ain't responsible for this. So if your child cries, don't send us no emails. That's a good match title, actually. It's Jon Moxley, Joey Janela, unsanctioned match. I have to say, I expected to vomit profusely during this match. I expected, like, Jon Moxley to, like, resurrect, like, some zombies to, like, attack Joey Janela. I don't know what I expected, but, like, crucifixions, murder, like, cops are there, and it was a fun, hardcore match, and it was good. I'm glad it wasn't a gross out thing, because, look, I like gory horror movies. That's my thing. That's not his thing, but that's my thing. But real life gore, seeing some of the stuff in death matches, not my cup of tea. So I'm glad they did a light death match. It was a little bit above a WWE PG match, but it wasn't like crazy what Moxley and Janela could have done. Yeah. And I'm kind of glad. What did you think? Because I expected you to hate this match.
So I fully expected to walk out of this match. I'm not a fan of gore in wrestling. It is a reason why I don't like UFC. I don't like seeing people bleed. It is not my fun. It is not something I'm into.
I love my scripted violence. I love my John Wick. Like I said, I love that. But like watching real people get hurt, I'm like, no, I like it. I like Joey Janela. I don't want to see him die.
I want to see you guys wrestle beyond tonight.
Right.
So the spots they did were crazy to me. Not as crazy as they could have been.
Yes.
Which is I appreciated. They worked well together. The match was fine. I thought it was kind of crazy at one point when Janela had set up the barbed wire board and that crowd actually had to move.
Yes.
That was kind of crazy, and I expected that to go a lot worse than it did. It didn't, thank God.
Yeah.
Overall, it was everything I expected out of them, and thankfully I was able to enjoy it.
Yeah, I think they pushed to your limit and didn't go over your limit.
Yes.
I think that was exactly what you don't, especially after that unprotected Cody chair shot thing, you don't want to piss people off this early into a company. Give me a year and you can start pushing my buttons more, and I could be like, okay, cool. And I get this like early ballsy moments, but this was a good ballsy match. It made to me the thumbtacks. Oh, Joey Janela's screams. I thought Penelope Ford was going to be out there giving me but he gave me the screams.
He did everything.
He's awesome. Tonight. I really like him. I think, but this was all about Moxley.
Oh,
this was
absolutely.
a Moxley coming home party. You know, I think there was a recent thing where Seth Rollins told him he was going to pick up his ball and went home. And that's what he did. And that's usually a demeaning thing in sports. He did take his ball, and now he's home. And this is his home he wants to be in.
You can tell, and that is a thing that shocks me a lot about it is...
Because I thought he was honestly a lazy-ish wrestler at one point. I didn't enjoy him.
He looked
bored,
or not even bored as much as he just didn't care. When
like Randy Orton in the last 10 years?
Yes. When he was going through his WWE run, you can tell that he was just going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got announced as an indie wrestler, I was exactly expecting that out of Moxley, who was at that time Ambrose. So when he came back and did a run-in at the last pay-per-view, did great, caught my attention. And then when he went on to fight Juice Robinson at the NGPW show, that's when I was like, oh... You are not Dean Ambrose. You are John Moxley. And then you are home.
He did that Uno promo where he took Red Shoes' son and said, well, this is my young lion now. He's mine. And I got to see him have fun. These little promos he's been doing in between. Even Joey Janela's promo when he was like, you are like
a PG version of me.
And yeah, and I'm like, he kind of was. You know, I won't lie. You know, Ambrose was not what the Ambrose he wants to be. And I think, you know, I'm not going to complain about WWE here because we haven't really mentioned them. Mm-hmm. But I will say our favorite wrestlers sometimes go there. And yes, they're making more money. Yes, they're doing their thing. But sometimes you don't get that version you fell in love with. Mm-hmm. Nakamura was that first example. I hate to bring that up. But he really liked Nakamura. Saw him in WWE and was like, oh, okay. And I felt that way for a long time. So this is what we're kind of saying. I get to see Moxley feel like himself. And any artist, and wrestling is athletes, they're artists as well. Artists want to be able to create their thing. And it seems like Moxley created his thing tonight.
And it was awesome to watch. And I'm really excited for him and Kenny Omega to absolutely
their little fight after that brawl was great. So smart to build up all out like that, because I think it's going to happen again at Fight for the Fallen. Moxley's going to come out at the end of that, give him a little bit, you know, I think they're building this up really nicely. Really solid end to the show. A good match. I expected people to die and no one died.
No one died. No crucifixions. No stakes to the heart. It was great. Overall, I'd give it about 8 out of 10.
The match or the whole show?
The whole show.
The whole shebang.
Whole shebang. 8 out of 10.
I would give it, about an 8 out of 10, 7, 8 out of 10. It was good. It was solid. I don't think it was supposed to be a 10 out of 10 show.
No.
Not to say they weren't putting their best foot forward, but that's not what this was about.
This is about building up to All Out.
And I think this was great. Really great build up. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I'm just really excited you joined me for this. I'm really excited you guys joined me to talk about wrestling. AEW is the wrestling I'm going to be talking about on my channel. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I make videos like this every single week. I'm going to say this was so fun. Thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you comment down below. Give me a thumbs up and I'll see you guys for another AEW video.